Hi everyone, thank you so much for clicking on my channel and welcome to another Foundation Friday. In these types of videos, I review and demo a foundation. I wear it over a couple of days. I give you guys just a full and thorough explanation and review of what I think about the foundation and how it wears on my skin. Just a little background on my skin. I used to have a really oily T-zone, more combination skin, but right now I'm pregnant and I think that my skin has just changed due to pregnancy hormones. So I'm really much more normal and sometimes a little bit dry, but definitely more on the normal side of things. So the foundation that I'm going to be reviewing and demoing today is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. You can buy this at the drugstore for $6 and it comes with 1 fluid ounce. I've actually worn this foundation one other time, but it was when my skin was more oily and I didn't really like it, so I only ended up wearing it for a few hours and then I washed it off, so I never really got a full day out of it. So I thought it would be a good idea just to give this one a real chance, especially now that my skin is more normal. So let's go ahead and read the claims about this foundation. On Wet n Wild's website, it says that this foundation is your skin, only better. It's a high-performing, skin-perfecting foundation that has underwent major road testing under 7 different photo lighting conditions to deliver flawless, camera-ready makeup every time. So it is the Photo Focus Foundation. The idea of it is that it's supposed to be totally undetectable, beautiful, flawless on camera, in photos. It goes on to say that it's specially made with a matte, light-diffusing complex to give your skin #NoFilter perfection. It says that it will prevent white cast in photos. I have the color Soft Ivory, but it comes in 20 shades, which is actually pretty decent for a drugstore foundation, especially one as affordable as Wet n Wild. I have really fair skin, so it's hard for me to find foundations light enough, especially in the drugstore. So I'm always super excited when brands have really light shades. If you're excited to see how this foundation wears throughout the day, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so it is 9:12. My phone is like broken, so hopefully you can see that. I've already prepped my skin. I'll have everything that I used today listed down below in the description box, so if you're interested in what products that I'm using, be sure to check that out. So I'm gonna give this a shake. It's very liquidy. It has this kind of paddle applicator, which I'm not crazy about, to be honest. I'm just gonna start with that much, and then if I need to add more, I can try to build it up. I'm gonna be using my Eco Tools blending sponge today. This has like a specific name, but the perfecting sponge maybe? I don't remember. But I'm just using a damp sponge to blend out the foundation. This foundation smells horrible. With that amount of foundation, I'm getting like a light medium coverage. It's evened out the redness on my skin, but I still can see some freckles coming through. I felt like I had to blend a little bit quickly because it seemed like it was kind of drying in the spots where I swiped it on. It wasn't like difficult, I just had to blend kind of quickly. I don't think I'm going to try to build this one up. It's definitely not full coverage, and that's okay. I'm perfectly happy with light to medium coverage. I think that building it up might make it just look heavy. It looks a tiny bit heavy, and I didn't use a whole lot of product. Like, it looks like there's foundation sitting on my skin. It doesn't look bad, it just, you can tell it's there. It's still slightly tacky, like it hasn't dried down completely, but when you look at it, it looks a little bit powdery. So that's a little odd that it's looking powdery, but it's not like dried down. I do think it looks good right now. I just don't want to add too much because I don't want it to look bad. My chin, it's okay. There's still a little bit of redness coming through my chin, so I probably will put a little bit of concealer there and see how it does with concealer. It looks good around my nose right now, which is another area I've been having troubles with, but it is currently 9:21, so that will be our first check-in time. I'm gonna jump off camera, do the rest of my makeup, see how everything blends, and I'll be right back with my thoughts on this foundation. Okay, we are back. It is 10:08. I like this foundation. I was a little worried at first, like I wasn't sure how it was gonna sit on my skin, but it's sitting on my skin really nicely. Everything blended over it perfectly fine. I just don't really have any complaints about this foundation right now. Everything looks really smooth. It's just sitting really nicely on my skin. I'm happy with the coverage. Of course, the true test will be how long it lasts, so I will check in with you guys tonight before I take it off and let you know how it's worn throughout the day. But so far, I'm liking it. So I will see you guys tonight. It is now 8:34 p.m. So this foundation has been on for almost 11 hours. It's definitely starting to wear down at this point. I noticed at like the 8-hour mark that it was starting to separate around my nose, but the rest of my face didn't start to break down until like the last hour. I did take a nap this afternoon on my right side, so there are some areas where I can see that it has rubbed off. I can also see a spot over here that is rubbing off, but for the last like 2 hours I've been editing video and posting videos, and I've been leaning on my hand right there, so I think that's what that is from. But I am really feeling this foundation. It is very, very rare for me that I find something that doesn't totally like crease up and separate between the center of my brows, and I feel like this foundation has held up really, really well in that area. I was afraid that this foundation was going to look really dry throughout the day, but it really hasn't. It's just looked really good. I've just really liked wearing this foundation. I kept forgetting that I was wearing foundation. Like it feels really lightweight. I just can't believe how well this foundation has held up for almost 11 hours. I'm gonna wear this again tomorrow and maybe use some different products with it just to see if I can, you know, kind of get a different feel for the foundation and see if there's anything that I can do to maybe like it even more. I don't know. I really, really like it as of this point. But we'll do this again tomorrow. I'll do a whole other wear test and let you know how the foundation has worn throughout the day. So I'm gonna go wash my face and I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning, everyone. It is 9:32 in the morning. Right now I already have my eye makeup done, but I don't have my eyebrows on yet, so sorry if I look a little funny. I've already washed my face, I've already moisturized, but I'm gonna prime right now. I decided that I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Primer. This actually came with the foundation, so I thought it might be a good idea to just kind of try it out, see how it goes, see if it makes the foundation perform any differently than it did yesterday. I really did like the foundation yesterday, so we'll just see if this will make me like it even more. I feel like this one is really smoothing, like it blurred the appearance of my pores, but I really prefer like a more tacky feeling primer because I think that that really causes the foundation to stick to your skin better and last longer. So this one is like, it's already completely dry. I don't know, we shall see. Gotta go wet my sponge because I forgot. Even though this color is ivory, it definitely has more of a yellow undertone to it. Like, I don't think it's very pink at all. Usually ivory is more pink and porcelain is more yellow. I don't know what the deal is with that. Sometimes when I pull the cap off, it like just breaks. I don't know. Just gonna apply it the same way I did yesterday. The same amount. Ugh, it smells like paint. I am not a fan of the scent of this. I feel like that primer is making the foundation look even more matte than it did yesterday. Right off the bat, I'm just not really a huge fan of that primer, to be honest. Overall, I'm still really liking the finish of it. The coverage, like I said yesterday, is definitely more on the light to light medium side. But then again, I am going in with like a pretty thin layer. It's looking a little bit dry on my chin today, so I'm thinking that is the primer that's causing that, because it didn't really look like that yesterday after I first applied it. I'm thinking that when I'm finished with all of my powders on my face, I'm gonna have to go in with some kind of like moisturizing setting spray to kind of just hopefully cause this to like melt into my skin a little bit more and smooth out a little bit. Right now it is 9:41, so we'll call the first check-in time at 9:40 since that's when I finished putting the foundation on. I'm gonna jump off camera, do the rest of my makeup, and I'll be right back. It is now 10:09, so I've had this foundation on for about a half an hour. I did take my sweater off because these lights just make me so hot. So if my chest looks really pink compared to my face, it's just because I'm hot. I forgot to mention yesterday that I did end up setting my whole face with a powder because I felt like it wasn't drying down completely, and I did the same thing today. I did set my face just with a really, really light layer of powder just to make sure that nothing moves. I also did use a setting spray to just kind of melt all the powders together to bring a little moisture back to my face, and right now it's looking really, really good. I used a cream highlighter on the bridge of my nose, which I know I shouldn't do, but I did it anyway, and it took the foundation right off the bridge of my nose there, so that's not the fault of the foundation. It doesn't matter what foundation I use. Whenever I use a cream highlighter right there, it just takes off the foundation, so I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I did that. At the moment, everything is looking really, really good. I can't believe this is a $6 foundation. I'm going to wear this foundation all day and check in with you guys tonight before I take it off and let you know how it's worn throughout the day. So I will see you tonight. It is now 7 p.m. My phone is currently getting fixed, so I don't have it with me. You'll just have to trust me that it's 7 p.m. So the foundation has been on for nearly 10 hours and it's still looking really, really good. Around the 5 or 6 hour mark, it did start to like break down around my nose. It's not so bad on this side, but this side has like a pretty intense crease mark there, and it hasn't gotten worse since it started at about the 5 or 6 hour mark. Like, it's pretty much just stayed the same. It's slightly settled in this smile line over here, but it hasn't settled at all between my brows. It's so rare for me to be able to find a foundation that doesn't completely settle or break down in that area, so I am loving the way that it looks on my forehead. It's not breaking up on my chin at all like it was yesterday, and I took a nap again today because I'm in my 3rd trimester of pregnancy and mama's got a nap sometimes. Mama's got a nap. But today it has stayed completely intact on this side of my face. This was the side I was sleeping on and it hasn't gone patchy at all. My foundation survived nap time, but my hair did not survive. I think that this primer actually like did something in terms of keeping the foundation intact and like really, really long lasting. I'm all about this foundation, you guys. $5.99, pretty decent color range for the drugstore. I don't know if mine was like special packaging because this came with the foundation. I don't know if it always comes with the foundation or if that was just like a limited edition kind of a thing. But they do have a full-size primer that's around the same price as the foundation. I am most definitely going to be wearing this again. Even though it smells like paint, I can get over it. I can get over it because it looks amazing. It is super long lasting, and I just can't get over how smooth and flawless my forehead looks, especially right in the center. That's like a huge pet peeve of mine when foundations don't look good there. So whenever I can find a foundation that looks like flawless right there, it's just like, so if you're looking for a really affordable and nice foundation that you can wear for flash photography, I definitely give this 2 thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section below whether or not you've tried this foundation. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Are you gonna go try it now because of this review? Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up down below and subscribe to my channel. If you are subscribed, hit that little bell button down below and you'll get a notification every single time I upload so that you can keep up to date with what I'm talking about. I love you all so much, and as always, I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye-bye. This tea is from this morning.